The Jungle Book 3 was supposed to come out this year, but it didn't. So today's video is going to be about 10 things you didn't know about the canceled Jungle Book 3. Let's get into the video. Welcome back to Boss Trends. Number 10, it would have been a continued storyline to 1 and 2. This may be an obvious one, but Jungle Book 3 would have been a direct sequel to Jungle Book 1 and 2. This is important due to the fact that Disney went through an era of making many prequel films in the form of sequels such as Tarzan 2, which took place when Tarzan was a child instead of after the effects of the first film. Another example of this is Bambi 2. The Jungle Book 3, however, would have taken place after the events of the first and second films. Number 9, Shere Khan and Baloo, Souls of the Circus. One of the major plot points in this film is that Baloo, along with Shere Khan, is somehow sold to the circus. They are forced to perform and become circus animals. Little is known about how or why these animals got sold to the circus, or who was able to capture them and sell them without being noticed by the neighboring human village, who knows of Baloo and Mowgli's relationship, but somehow the villain and the hero get trapped together.
Stay here. But I want to fight with the wolves.
Number 8, Mowgli's Rescue Mission. Once Mowgli finds out about Baloo and Shere Khan's entrapment at the circus, he almost immediately bands a group of his friends together to go save the pair. Though it is unclear of which friends he takes, we would have to assume it may be characters from the previous 2 films. King Louie and Bagheera, of course, and maybe his new friend Shanty and Round John would have mostly likely accompanied Mowgli on his quest to rescue them. Number 7, Shere Khan regrets his actions. While Mowgli is on his rescue mission and he is trapped in the circus with Baloo, Shere Khan begins to regret his actions. He regrets being the villain and regrets being a man-eater, regrets trying to go after Mowgli at those times. It's a pretty strange time for a shifting villain arc considering it occurs in the 3rd film of the series, but also adds some complexity many fans probably weren't expecting out of this film.
The day you miss your kill, the man comes black.
Number 6, Shere Khan is reformed and forgiven. Once Mowgli saves Baloo and Shere Khan, breaking them out of the circus, Shere Khan feels reformed and brand new. He follows through with his villain to hero arc and actually tries to be forgiven by Mowgli and helps the young boy and their friends while escaping. The wording the description used was reformed, which totally implies that Shere Khan dropped his evil ways and became like a new character. Number 5, poor reviews for Jungle Book 2. Though The Jungle Book 2 was originally made for direct-to-video, but was the 3rd Disney sequel to get a theatrical release instead, after The Rescuers Down Under in 1990 and the Peter Pan sequel, Return to Neverland in 2002, The Jungle Book 2 was released in theaters in February 2003. And while it became a pretty wild box office success, the reviews and critics for the film were more on the negative side. The animation was largely frowned upon, and the plotline was criticized for being too similar on the original.
Tiptoeing over to the door and getting caught by someone who doesn't even look over their shoulder is the most cliché.
Number 4, John Lasseter's Disney promotion. Another big factor that heavily contributed to the cancellation of The Jungle Book 3 was the promotion of John Lasseter to Principal Creative Advisor in 2006. Lasseter oversaw all the new Disney animated works and projects, trying to revitalize the dying company. This was in Disney's second Dark Ages that came post-Renaissance. Disney was coming out with films and sequels that just weren't performing as well as they had been, and the studio started to release films that were significantly low performing between 1999 up until around 2007. The only real success of the era was Lilo and Stitch. This is why Lasseter needed to change things up. He canceled every straight-to-video film that was to be released, including The Jungle Book 3.
So therefore it's really fun to take all my love of cars and getting the details right there and be inspired by what's going on.
Number 3, the voice of Shere Khan passed. Tony Jay, the voice of Shere Khan in Tailspin in The Jungle Book, unfortunately passed away in 2006. This was just another added reason as why the film was canceled. The team behind the film didn't want to replace Jay as he had become the new voice of Shere Khan since the original film in 1967. Tony Jay had worked with Disney a great number of times, mostly throughout the 90s, and is well known for being the voice of the evil villain Judge Claude Frollo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Very slightly, when you know me better.
Number 2, the 2016 live-action overshadows animation. Though the film had been canceled by 2006, the film has officially never seen the light of day now due to the 2016 live-action film of The Jungle Book directed by Jon Favreau. The Jungle Book was a loose adaptation of the original film and was also the 3rd live-action film in Disney's newest wave of converting the older animated works into live-action. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland released in 2010, and due to its success, Disney made Cinderella in 2015 and The Jungle Book in 2016.
Your fear now. And trust.
Number 1, permanently canceled with no hope of return. With all this said, The Jungle Book 3 has been listed as permanently cancelled with no hope of returning. Many fans feel like if the film were to be made now, it wouldn't even make that much sense. The plot seemed a bit random, and considering it has been over 50 years since the original film was released, seeing Shere Khan's reformation would have felt odd and uneventful. To many fans, it's a good thing this film was permanently cancelled. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.